Hey y'all! So I am making our gluten-free donuts, which we haven't done in quite a while, and we were thinking that they should come back onto the roster, including the gluten-free lemon cake that Atlanta made on the weekend. So I might go over that at some point, but it's pretty straightforward, and we're doing it in the cake pan instead of a loaf. And I will change the cooking time in the book. It's like half the cooking time, and it's just way easier to do it as a cake versus the loaf. So anyway, good job Atlanta, and I just wanted to go over these gluten-free donuts because I don't think very many of you guys have made them, and they're pretty simple. There's just a couple of extra steps. So one of them being that we dip them in chocolate, and all we do is keep a jar or a bowl of chocolate in the fridge because generally we don't go through it all. So this was still in the fridge from the last time we made it. It's totally fine. So I'm gonna melt this down, and all I do, and just to be clear, these don't have to be ready, before you open. If you get them baked and they are on the cooling rack, you just dip them when you can, when you have a chance, because they do need to cool quite a bit before you dip them. So that's an important step. So anyway, I've got some chocolate in here. I might add a bit more. And all I do is just fill up the small pot with a little bit of water, and then I use this sieve to just set the bowl in on top of the boiling water. And I mean, it's kind of like a double boiler, and then you just let the chocolate melt. And then there's another step that I just wanted to show you guys. I've got my dry ingredients ready. I'm just doing the wet now, and part of it is adding in a half a cup of almond milk, and there's 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar in the almond milk, and you let it sit. So I always do this first. So basically fill it, just leave a little bit of room so you can just top it up with that apple cider vinegar. It's just 1 teaspoon. And I'm just going to put it right in the cup with the almond milk and let that sit. It's kind of like making, what's it called? It's not sour cream, but no, like sometimes in baking, like old school baking, they would make donuts with, it's not sour cream. I can't remember what it is, but
Greek yogurt?
No, it's like it's basically like a soured milk. So that's why we add the cider vinegar into the almond milk to kind of, because it kind of like, it kind of sours the milk. Old-fashioned donuts, that's what they would use. So anyway, that's just one step I just wanted to show you. I just do that first. I added it all into the cup, and then I'll put in the rest of the wet ingredients, and then it's fine to just add it in at the end. And then I will show you how I put it into the donut pan once I get this all mixed. Okay, I'm back. I just want to show you guys, this is the pan, and I'm just going to bake off 6 for now, so there'll be like half of the batter left over in the fridge that can be used another time. So yeah, I sprayed down 6 of them, and I just want to show you what it looks like when I put the batter in, because a little goes a long way when it comes to these, because they fluff up a lot when they bake. So I'll just show you one, and then I'll do the rest. I think this would be roughly it. So I just spooned it in, and I kind of move it around with my finger just to even it out in the pan. It's not full to the brim. It's probably like 3/4 full. If you fill it up too much, they get really big and then like they don't even have the hole in them anymore, which is fine. If you make a mistake, don't worry about it, but I just wanted to show you like kind of what we're going for. So a little bit less goes a long way. And yeah, and they bake really quick too. They're only 8 minutes in the oven. So I'll finish these up and bake them, and then I'll show you guys what it looks like when we dip them. Hi. Okay, so final touch on the donuts. I'll just show you what they look like when they come out. So I even put maybe a little bit too much because the hole didn't go all the way through. It's not, like I said, it's not a big deal. It's just gonna catch in the extra chocolate that I put on top. So I've got I let these cool, and I've got my bowl of melted chocolate here, and I'm just gonna dip it in really lightly, and then sort of let it drip off a bit, and then that's basically it. Like, it doesn't have to like coat the whole thing. I'm just gonna put some on top, and then I also crushed up some. I was just looking at our sprinkle supply and whatever we had down there, so I found some Reese's Pieces, so I crushed a bunch of those up, and I crushed a bunch of those up and I'm putting them on top, so I'm just going to sprinkle them. You could dip it in there too, but yeah, so that's what it looks like, and that's it. So I will finish these, and yeah, you guys can kind of play around with your toppings using sprinkles or crushed up something. Could be nuts too, I guess, but these are kind of playful. They're like a treat, so don't be afraid to use something tasty like Reese's Pieces. Anyway, that's it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I think I covered it all. I probably let them cool for a good half an hour at least. I took them out of the pan and put them on the cooling rack, so they're cool to touch. So that way when the chocolate goes on, it doesn't melt all over the place. Alrighty, thanks guys.